Breaking news, 16 Marines are under arrest, taken into custody while in formation at Camp Pendleton in California. Let's go to CNN's Pentagon correspondent Barbara Starr. Tell us what you know here, Barbara.
Brianna, we've just gotten word from the Marine Corps. It was morning formation at Camp Pendleton, California, just north of San Diego, when 16 Marines were arrested by NCIS, Naval Criminal Investigative Service, on charges apparently of human smuggling and charges related to drugs. The information is just the first facts coming in from the Marine Corps. The charges are human smuggling. Because it's north of San Diego, pretty fair assumption that we are talking about the smuggling of Mexicans across the border, which is just not a very long drive away, because we are told that this operation was based on some information they got from previous Marine Corps arrests for human smuggling earlier this month. 2 Marines also arrested for human smuggling across that border, and now apparently 16 more. On this latest round of arrests, the Marines are saying that these individuals were not part of the mission to protect the southwest border, that this was something different. They were not part of that border protection mission. But even so, at the same time, they were arrested for this. 16 Marines, an additional 8 Marines were taken aside, in the words of the Marine Corps, and are under questioning for drug offenses. So a very, very disturbing warning out at Camp Pendleton in California. Brianna?
We're also learning about something else, a rare move by the military. Navy SEALs, a platoon of Navy SEALs has been kicked out of Iraq for drinking while deployed. Apparently, their commander lost in the chain of command, they lost confidence that they could carry out the mission. What can you tell us?
Another huge case of alleged potential misconduct, very significant misconduct. A platoon of Navy SEALs, that's about 20 elite Navy SEALs, sent home summarily from their mission in Iraq to their base back in California, in San Diego. They are under investigation for consumption of alcohol, which of course is completely against the rules, completely illegal. When you are deployed to a front line, the allegation is not that they were drinking while they were on counterterrorism missions, but during their downtime, that they were consuming alcohol. A full investigation into those 20 Navy SEALs underway to see if it was what they can prove against them, what the allegations really are. Was it simply alcohol? Could there be broader allegations against them? That is a full investigation underway at this time. Very, obviously not related, but this is very tough news for military commanders. 20 Navy SEALs kicked out of the front lines for alcohol consumption, 16 Marines under arrest for smuggling immigrants across the border. It's going to raise a lot of questions about unit discipline and what is really going on. The incidents may be unconnected, but this is all very definitely getting the attention of top commanders. Brianna?
Barbara Starr at the Pentagon, thank you.
So we want to get to this breaking news. 16 Marines arrested for their alleged involvement in illegal activities. And these allegations here range from human smuggling to drug-related offenses. The arrests of the 16 Marines happening in dramatic fashion this morning at California's Camp Pendleton. It happened actually during a battalion formation. The Marines, for their part, in a statement saying information gained from a previous human smuggling investigation precipitated the arrests. None of the Marines arrested or detained for questioning served in support of the Southwest Border Support Mission. For more, I want to bring in Rear Admiral John Kirby, former Pentagon press secretary, and of course, CNN military and diplomatic analyst. So, Admiral Kirby, when you look at this, just your take, these charges, the seriousness, especially the 2 that are highlighted here, human smuggling, alleged drug trafficking, these are very serious, to put it mildly.
Yeah, very serious indeed. Very troubling when you think about coming from the ranks of any of one of our branches of our armed services. It sounds to me like, just looking at that statement, clearly this was additional information gleaned from a previous investigation that was done into human smuggling. I'm not sure which exactly investigation they're talking about, but obviously they have gleaned more information, obviously talked to more witnesses, and came to this point where they could make these arrests. And now starts a very delicate process in the judicial system inside inside the military. These individuals will be allowed to have representation. There'll be some decisions made about the Marine Corps in terms of which way they move forward on the 16. It remains to be seen, I think, whether all 16 will be treated exactly the same given whatever the specific charges are. So I think there's a lot more information we need to know here going forward.
In terms of the information we do have, I have to say two things stick out to me, and tell me if there's any there. The fact that this was in a dramatic fashion, it's about the battalion formation, that's when this happened, and also the fact that the Marines did point out here that this was not related to Southwest border operations.
Well, I think, it was very clear the Marines wanted to separate this incident from that mission, to make it clear to the American people that military participation in the Southwest border mission didn't lead to these charges. I think that was very smart on their part to be able to sort of, disassociate the two, because there's a lot of, the mission on the Southwest border is controversial as it is, and I think it was smart for the Marine Corps when they were able to disassociate. The other thing about the battalion formation, that sounds to me, and I'm just guessing here, Erica, because I don't know much more than you do, but it sounds to me like they wanted an element of surprise here to make these arrests, that they didn't want all 16 to be able to, to have information ahead of time that this was coming, or to inform their colleagues necessarily. It sounds like they deliberately had them all together in some sort of battalion formation, knew that they were, an audience that wasn't going to go anywhere, to make these arrests in a very clean, concise, and surprise fashion.
Admiral John Kirby, always good to talk to you. Thank you.
You betcha.